Today, we're going on a slightly different adventure. One that might have you reciting verses or maybe just questioning your gaming choices. We're diving deep into the archive to revisit a game that attempted to merge scripture with sprites. Bible Adventures for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Released in 1991 by Wisdom Tree, this game was an unlicensed venture that tried to break the mold by bringing biblical stories to our beloved consoles. But was it a miraculous success, or did it miss the mark? In the early 90s, while most games were busy pushing the limits of action and storytelling, Wisdom Tree was on a mission to carve out a niche for gamers looking for something different. Bible Adventures bundled 3 stories from the Bible, each promising a unique blend of educational content and entertainment. But as we all know, not all experiments in gaming turn out as planned. Stick around as we explore what makes Bible Adventures a standout title for all the wrong reasons.
So are you guys getting hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Do you ever worry that they're playing too much Nintendo?
Oh, not anymore. See, Matt has Bible Adventures. They're actually learning Bible stories while they're playing Nintendo.
Quick, get that Bible quote before you run out of power.
Bible Adventures features 3 games in 1 cartridge: Noah's Ark, Save Baby Moses, and David and Goliath. A must for every family with Nintendo. Call 1-877-BIBLE. That's 1-877-BIBLE.
The story behind the development of Bible Adventures is almost as intriguing as the game's content itself. Developed and published by Wisdom Tree in 1991, this game was one of the few video games that ventured into the realm of religious themes on the NES platform. But here's the kicker. Bible Adventures was not officially licensed by Nintendo, which sets the stage for a host of unique challenges and creative solutions. Wisdom Tree was an innovator in this space, focusing exclusively on Christian-themed video games, at a time when the industry was dominated by secular entertainment. To bypass Nintendo's strict licensing policies, Wisdom Tree ingeniously used a workaround in the cartridge design that allowed their games to be played on the NES without official endorsement. This move, while bold, also meant that Bible Adventures did not undergo the quality control typically enforced by Nintendo, leading to varying levels of game quality and stability. The development team at Wisdom Tree was tasked with a monumental challenge: creating engaging gameplay from scriptural narratives. While the intention was to provide a wholesome, educational gaming experience, the execution often fell short. Limited by technology, and perhaps by the very novelty of the concept itself, the developer struggled to balance educational content with compelling game mechanics. The game was built using the technology available at the time, which often meant developers had to be creative with limited resources. The graphics and sound were crafted to fit the NES's capabilities, but without the refinement seen in officially licensed titles. This was a time of trial and error, and Bible Adventures definitely experienced its fair share of both. In the heart of Bible Adventures, you find 3 separate games, each based on a well-known biblical tale. At first glance, this seems like a thoughtful way to educate and entertain, blending moral lessons with gaming. However, the execution tells a different story. First up, Noah's Ark. Here, you're tasked with gathering animals to save them from the impending flood. It sounds straightforward, but the mechanics turn this noble quest into a bizarre exercise of animal stacking and dodging. Rather than immersing players in the gravity of Noah's mission, we're left with a slapstick version that might leave you more frustrated than enlightened. Next, there's Baby Moses, which arguably could have been a touching narrative about protection and care. Instead, it offers a surreal experience where you can, believe it or not, accidentally throw Baby Moses into the Nile, yet continue on as if that was part of the plan. It's a strange oversight in a game meant to uphold the values and lessons from these stories. Lastly, David and Goliath attempt to capture the drama of this epic confrontation. Yet it reduces the tale to collecting sheep and avoiding enemies until a sudden, anticlimactic showdown with Goliath. The build-up lacks depth, and the payoff feels underwhelming, missing the mark on the story's inspirational potential. Bible Adventures' attempts to bring these biblical events to life were ambitious, but the final product struggles to deliver meaningful or engaging storytelling. The game could have been a rich, interactive way to explore these tales, yet it falters, offering a disjointed and often confusing interpretation that leaves much to be desired. When it comes to the gameplay of Bible Adventures, the term clunky just might be an understatement. Each of the 3 games within tries to offer a different playstyle, but all fall prey to similar pitfalls, frustrating controls, and perplexing design choices. Starting with Noah's Ark, the concept might sound simple. Gather pairs of animals and get them to the Ark before the flood. But in practice, it's a Herculean task thanks to the awkward controls. Players must navigate Noah as he lifts, stacks, and throws animals with a level of precision that the game mechanics simply do not support. This often leads to comedic yet irritating scenarios that test your patience rather than your skill. In Baby Moses, the gameplay revolves around carrying Moses to safety, avoiding hazards like snakes and soldiers. But here's the twist. If Moses is dropped, the game doesn't end. Instead, you continue sans baby, defeating the purpose of the narrative itself. Moreover, the ability to actually throw Moses across the screen can unintentionally turn a serious mission into dark humor, detracting further from any intended reverence. David and Goliath should be a straightforward underdog story, but instead, it's bogged down by endless item collection and avoidance that feels more like busy work than preparation for a biblical showdown. When the final battle with Goliath arrives, it's anticlimactic, lacking the drama and tension expected from such a legendary encounter. Across all stories, Bible Adventure struggles with a detection, erratic physics, and a general lack of responsiveness that makes gameplay more of a chore than a challenge. It's as if the game itself needs a miracle to smooth out its many rough edges. Ultimately, the gameplay in Bible Adventures does little to elevate the material or provide a compelling interactive experience. Instead of feeling like participants in epic stories, players are often left wrestling with the game's mechanics, which sadly detracts from the rich narratives it aims to explore. When Bible Adventures hit the shelves, it landed in a market that was predominantly secular. Its reception was, as you might expect, mixed, with a clear divide between the game's intended audience and the general gaming community. Upon release, Bible Adventures faced considerable criticism for its gameplay mechanics and technical execution. Reviewers and players alike noted the clunky controls, confusing gameplay, and subpar graphics, which detracted significantly from its educational and entertainment value. However, within Christian communities, the game found a niche. It was appreciated for its boldness in integrating Bible stories into video games, providing a new tool for religious education. In recent years, the game has garnered a sort of cult status among retro gaming enthusiasts. It's often featured in discussions about quirky, unconventional games of the NES era. Modern reviewers tend to view Bible Adventures with a mix of amusement and nostalgia, recognizing its flaws while also appreciating its attempt to stand out in a crowded market of the early 90s. The game's historical context is essential to understanding its reception. Bible Adventures was part of a broader movement of unlicensed NES games, which often meant they didn't receive Nintendo support or quality assurance. This backdrop explains much of the criticism for the technical aspects of the game, while also highlighting the developer's entrepreneurial spirit in the face of industry giants. Overall, Bible Adventures may not have been a commercial hit or a critical darling, but it certainly made an impact. It opened up conversations about the content and purpose of video games, and demonstrated that the medium could explore a wide range of themes, including those of faith. For better or worse, Bible Adventures remains a memorable part of video game history. It's clear this game is a unique artifact from the NES era. Despite its many shortcomings, from the erratic gameplay to the less than divine graphics, it has carved out a small but lasting niche in video game history. While Bible Adventures may not be remembered for its technical prowess or gripping gameplay, its ambitious attempt to blend biblical narratives with interactive entertainment is commendable. It stands as a testament to the broad possibilities of video games as a medium that can encompass even the most unexpected themes. For today's gamers, Bible Adventures offers a glimpse into the past, where innovation met limitation and creativity often had to wrestle with technological constraints. Whether you view it as a curious misstep or a bold experiment, there's no denying that Bible Adventures offers a fascinating study in how games can transcend mere entertainment to explore deeper cultural and educational objectives. So whether you're a retro gaming collector, A student of video game history, or just in for a bit of nostalgic fun? Bible Adventures is worth a look. Not for its flawless execution, but for its daring to be different in a time when gaming was all about mainstream appeal. Thanks for joining me on this retrospective adventure. If you enjoyed this dive into one of gaming's more peculiar titles, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. Until next time, keep those controllers charged and your curiosity alive.